all of it's dirty. But for him to be open, like, nah, this is my wife now, and we having kids.
Look, how awkward is Thanksgiving? Was the roast of Kevin Hart, the big roast of Kevin Hart. Y'all saw a couple of comedians go there and do what they had to do. Then they had the big controversy of the George Floyd jokes and other jokes about Charlie Kirk and all these people. And one of my good friends was on there and he was roasting. He got down. One of my good friends, even though we fall out every 2 years, but he got down and I have him here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, and he really did good. This motherfucker, first, before I bring him on, let me say this. And he be thinking I'm bullshitting. He has gotten phenomenally better in comedy. This nigga's really cooking. And sometimes it pisses me off because I like to talk shit to him. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the hilarious Mr. Naim. Give it up to the Naim Lynn. Nah.
No.
What's
Hold up
good?
now. It's two screens. How do I get rid of one of them?
What do you mean it's two screens?
Like it's a screen on the left, and then it's the screen that, like, I made a mistake, and when your long ass theme song was playing, I clicked both of the buttons.
So do you not see me?
Yeah, but I see you twice. I don't want to see you this many. I can see myself in three places, and I see you twice. I don't want
Okay.
to see you this
Nah,
many times.
that's on your side. All I see is me and you on this screen. I don't know what's going on with your phone, brother.
Let me see.
I don't know.
Hide vertical. Oh, there we go. Hide the vertical.
First
Okay.
of First of all, thank you for joining me. I had texted you earlier about it. You were slow about responding. It was really pissing me off. I was like, say, you know what? Fuck this dude. But then as soon as I say fuck him, he texts me, what time you want to do it? So here he is, guys. Naim Lynn, what's happening? He was just at Helium in Atlanta, had a really good show. I slid down and popped up on him and checked him out. It was good turnout. So how you feeling, man? You out here in these streets. If y'all know him too, y'all seen him with Kevin Hart and all that shit, but now he carving his own lane. He really out here doing his thing. So how you feeling, man?
All right. First and foremost, stop lying and saying that I'm getting better. I've always been hot. You just weren't watching. Whenever you actually sit down and watch my set without distraction, you be like, man, I hate to admit it, that was a pretty good damn set. You say it every time.
No, no,
I
no, no, no.
always been cooking, nigga.
No. Earlier when we started, because first of all, when I was touring with y'all, I would sit and watch some of that shit and it wasn't hidden. You've gotten better.
That's bullshit.
Bro, I'm telling you how this is. Look, everything is subjective, but this is from me. Like I'm seeing, like you are strong. I sat and watched. You've gotten better.
But I
You've got
mean,
you
the
have
goal
gotten better, bro.
the
Like
goal is to always get better. You don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to get worse. But I've always been cooking. There's never been a show that you were on me that I did not do well. So I
it
don't know what the
wasn't that
fuck you
you
talk
did.
about.
It's not that you did not do well.
You just maybe didn't enjoy it that much. The crowd enjoyed it.
If y'all and look, we got history. Me and Naim got history because I was hosting when they first started on the Plastic Cup Boys tour before they fired me. I was out there with them, and of course, I was cooking. I was getting down, and they would come out and do what they do. Him and Spank, and we didn't have a lot of history, man. But it's
Why did
good.
why did you get fired? Are you trying to imply that you got fired because you was doing too well?
No, 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 no. No,
No.
it was miscommunication after the whole Mike Epps thing and shit. I didn't, what I mean, I felt niggas was pointing the finger at me for the shit. It was a lot of back and forth. I was like, cool. You know what I mean? So I put it to you like this. It was all together. Like we all left on
It
good
was
terms.
bad career management.
It
You
it was
decided to
it was just shit, man. I was going through it. That shit fucked with me mentally, bro. I'm like, this some bullshit.
you decided to not come to do a show at Caroline's in New York. Also missed, I believe you missed the opportunity to be on the Breakfast Club and everything. Cause you was like, nah, it don't really make no sense. Like, all
I,
right,
look, I ain't gonna lie. I did not. I was very, very emotional at that time, and I didn't want to go on there and be in that hot seat in the middle of that fire. It
mm,
just wouldn't have been good. I'm glad I did not do that. I'm really glad I didn't do it. Now,
okay.
afterwards, me and Mike cool. Y'all could see me and Mike and Uncle Drew, the new season of Comic View, yada yada. But it was something where I had to heal. I had to be focused, whatever, and do what I did. I have no regrets in
Okay.
regard to any of that. But
All right.
I'm here. This is about you. How are you feeling?
I feel good, man. I've been headlining since like I want to say probably about 2004, 2005.
Hmm.
And I started co-headlining with Spank doing the Plastic Cup Boy shows. Maybe I think we first started that probably like in 2012 or something like that, 2013, somewhere around there. Because it seemed to be advantageous for us to go out together since people were recognizing us from Kevin's tour and as the Plastic Cup Boys. And it was doing well at first. We had some markets we would go sell out, we were doing pretty well. But once we got to a point to where the tickets weren't selling that much, they paper in the room, it's like, I could do this shit by myself. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And then it also allows me to just stretch out and do more time and build my setup because, potentially I like to put out another special. And every special that I put out, and I put out plenty, they've all been 30, 35 minutes. So I'm ready to put out about a 50-minute joint.
Okay. Okay. And when do
Mhm.
you plan on putting this out?
Whenever the opportunity creates, whenever it comes about, because, I could spend the money and shoot it. But then
Hmm.
if there's no return on the investment, then it's not worth it. So whether it be Hulu or Netflix or somebody decides they want to give it to me, then I'll be ready.
I talked to Ali about this. I believe right now in 2026 that uh, stand-up comedy definitely lives on YouTube. I
Hmm.
believe too that your special, and me and Ali had talked about it, your special is a commercial. And you should be able to see some type of lift in ticket sales after the special goes out. So you might not see it like you put it out on the tube, it generate a little bit of income. You chop it up and all this shit. You got all the clips, and then you
Hmm.
start to see the residual effect of the special, where it
Sure.
won't necessarily just pay you immediately. So would you be willing to just invest and put it on YouTube? I think that's the way to go.
So I've already done that. I got a special on YouTube that I put out 2 years ago, and the views are trash on it, but the feedback on of the people that watched it, they loved it. It's like 35 minutes, um, but it just not getting the traffic. So I'm okay with it being out there. Like I feel like this. I'm a comedian that's always going to write. I'm always trying to have new material, and I want people to be able to go back and look at my catalog at some point whenever it is that I finally get over that hump, and then they'll be able to do a deep dive on YouTube and just see unlimited content on me. Not unlimited, but they'll be on there for a minute. There's a lot of people out here that are great, but they've been doing the same set for 20, 30 years. And people go see them and they're like, oh, this guy's great. Let me go look him up. And then they go on YouTube and they see the same shit for the last 20 years. And that won't happen with me.
That's what you tried to accuse me of. We was in the green room, but
I
I
haven't
don't even.
seen you perform, bro. So I be just fucking with you. I don't know
You
what
just
you're.
pulling my okay. I was just making sure because no, I do a lot of I do a lot of cliff jumping. So like I like to really when I'm up there, I like being in the moment.
Mhm.
Sometimes it bombs, but I really like to create in the moment. And one of my best sets that I really enjoy, had the most fun with, was the one when I did Keep Your Distance with Kev on stage. When I had the blue jogger suit on, because that's where I pretty much freestyled most of that, and it was just hitting. We were catching
Mhm.
lightning in a bottle. So, but yeah, I love the cliff jump, talk about topics, what's going on in my life and what's happening at the time. And I've learned throughout the years just what I've learned in the past 5 or 6 years doing stand up that I think has made me better is that silence is the most powerful weapon in stand up comedy. It's not the cheap laugh, it's silence. If you get them to pay attention and you're able to give yourself that room and you're able to create in that space, that is a very powerful, powerful tool. And I never knew that because coming up in Uptown, coming up in very, very difficult urban rooms, you had to be so fast coming out of the gate. You see what I'm saying? So we were kind of trained like abused puppies or some shit. Well, nigga got a cadence. Shit, you ever be at the store with the motherfucker open the door? Bow! They just running, running, running. And it's like you're not really setting it up. You're not taught. You have a conversation, nigga. How was your day? You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what it is,
Well, everybody would love to be able to do what Ali is doing. He's like a modern day Bill Cosby. He
man.
sits down, he takes his time. One of the things, like I've been paying attention to him and really trying to understand the art of storytelling and why he can keep their attention like that. So what he's doing is he has levels. So it's a calm setup. He gonna paint this picture for you, and then he gonna get up and act it out. So that's what I believe is what's capturing them so much, because you could like sit there and tell a story, and if you it can get boring. But he sits down, then he gets up, and then he acts out every story, and that's where the energy comes from. It's like, all right, I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. He's committing. Even when he got this shit that he posted a couple times from his latest special talking about a hammer, and the nigga gets up and does the hammer dance. He talking about his uncle, his one part of the MC Hammer song that he used to always say.
Oh shit. Oh, there you go.
Can you see me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I wasn't even, I mean, in that, in getting comfortable in silence, I wasn't even necessarily referring to Ali or the storytelling. Yeah, I just think it's just about having that space and a certain cadence to where they really are eating out of your hand. Like that's, because I was very, very fast. I used to be fast and animated and
Mhm.
physical and shit. I'm still kind of, I do voices and shit like that, but just being comfortable in the moment. I think that shows confidence on stage. And I think people are like, man, who is this person? You know what I mean? And they into you even more. But no, he doing his thing though. I like it. You know what I mean? I think your cadence is really, really good. Like you take your time, you know, certain facial expressions, you
Mhm.
real calm. You in it. You in the pocket, man. So that shit is good, man.
The way I'm ending my set now with the bit about not meeting your heroes
I love that
is
shit.
it's kind of uncomfortable for me
Mm,
to the setup to tell, you want the payoff to be worth it at the
mhm,
end. So that's really me challenging myself. But I'm always I'm always trying to challenge myself and evolve and become a better comedian. You know what I mean? It's the simple nuances. It's trying to smile more on stage. I remember I saw uh Kathy Sledge. You know who Kathy Sledge is?
I'm not familiar with Kathy Sledge.
Kathy Sledge is the lead singer of Sister Sledge. We Are Family.
Okay. Okay.
and I used to date her daughter a while back, right? And we saw her mom perform one time, and she only got two, three songs, hits anyway.
Mhm.
And she got up there and she was performing like that shit was number one on the pop chart right now. You would never think that she done sang this song a gazillion times, and she was up there singing that shit, smiling and just happy. And I was like, see, that's the show business shit that they teach you back in the day.
Mhm.
They trained people. You didn't just get up there and just sing like these motherfuckers today. They had people come in and train your ass. Smile, smile. Even like in the Jackson movie where Joe was telling Michael, smile, Maka, look at me. Like that was real shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it made me, and it depends. I don't do it all the time, but when I'm conscious of it, then it's like, oh yeah, let me smile. Let me look like I'm having a good time. Because when you look like you're having a good time as the artist, it makes the people that are watching you enjoy it even more. That's how I feel. Like, wow, they having a good time now. I'm having a good time.
And you know what? Now that you pointed that out, I did notice you smiling more on stage. See, that's another thing. You never smile, nigga. You didn't smile back in the day we was on that tour. That nigga
I
be up
mean,
here straight face to the motherfucker like nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm telling you, man, it's gotten a lot better for me. You know what I mean? It's just this shit is
mhm.
really good, bro.
But
Because
that
I'm
was also the deadpan shit was also part of my shit though, part of my stage presence. You know what I mean? Like this nigga saying some wild shit but dead serious. That was also part of it. So it's like really just going in and out of it. Like what punchlines I want to deliver seriously, which ones I want to deliver with a little laugh and a smile, whatever. So it's really it's more to it than meets the eye. People don't understand the shit that comes with being a performer.
how do you feel about the game of stand-up comedy in 2026? Like what do you think about the game now? Is it about talent? Do people care about talent? How do you feel the game is?
Man, I really don't even be keeping up with what other people. I mean, of course, you on social media, you can see who's doing well. You can see
Mhm.
Mojo is killing right now, and Desi, and just that next generation. You see them kind of carrying the torch. Um, I know as far as selling tickets, I think we're not really in that pocket anymore of when people used to just be like, "Hey, let's go to a comedy show." Just the random people at your shows, and the clubs are not doing a great job of promoting. They still doing the little bullshit. You might have to do some press, some radio, and people don't even fucking listen to radio like that no more.
Mm.
So you really got to take things into your own hands. So I'm just trying to figure out what that is. We talked about it the other day how followers don't translate to ticket sales all the time because the people that follow you on social media, they may be following you just for what you're doing on social media. So
I'm getting
you
my
could,
ass killed out here.
yeah,
Trust me. I know. Shit, these
yeah. But
motherfuckers,
who you are, the call me stuff, all the stuff you post is funny, but that has nothing to do with what you do on stage. You know,
bro. But I got, you know what I mean? I do post stand up, but most of my stand up is on YouTube. I got hours and hours of stand up that they enjoy, man. I just, you know what I mean? I'm just trudging along.
if you
Hopefully,
got hours and hours of stand up, which you're exaggerating, but
no, dead ass.
you don't
I
have hours and hours. What's out? How much is hours and hours?
nigga, I could you want me to pull it up right now?
How much is hours and hours? How
Nigga,
many
I
hours is hours
got
and hours?
over 90 hours of stand up on YouTube. This nigga talking about- I'm telling you, bro. I'm
You
not,
got
you
90
don't even
90
know.
hours,
Do you want to see?
bro. You have 90 hours of
I can
stand up,
pull this shit up right now.
so you could have 90 comedy specials right now
Would you like for me to pull it up?
of all different material.
If some is some
Now
repeat
get the
after,
fuck out.
and then because I do, nigga, I'll be
You
on
haven't been on stage for 90 hours in your career, right?
stage.
So you got 90.
Bro, listen, I can show you. Like we can go on my YouTube page right now
All right, bro. I believe you. If you got that much time, why are you not posting that shit on your Instagram?
because the YouTube fuck with me with the algorithm. If you see here, like this one, I just posted this not long ago. I'm gonna show you. Um,
If you have content like that,
Look at that. This one is like at 70,000 views in 2 weeks, live from Chicago.
mhm.
LaVar Walker talks about everything, everybody, 1.8 million. The fake doctors, the Terrence Society part, I did 49,000 views in a month. Why sleep feels better than going out in your 40s, 54,000 views. Why Courtyard Marriott feels like 1983, that's 5,000. This is you. Well, of course, the Kevin Hart, when you shitted on me in the competition.
I shit on you.
Now, you talk shit. I don't like him, but no, I know I'm just bullshit. And then the Joe Jackson wasn't the villain, 41,000.
Okay,
Uh,
how long are these clips?
Nigga, these bitches like an hour, bro. Everything an hour on here.
You
Cause
got
nigga,
an hour. You got an hour talking about Joe Jackson.
not just Joe Jackson. That's just the title.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I just put my shit out. I don't give a fuck. Some of the shit ain't even funny. I'm just putting out, putting out, putting out, putting out.
So
You know what
why
I
don't
mean?
you chop these clips up, chop them into some clips, and put them on Instagram? Because that's how people are really starting to develop that fan base, like the Josh Jackson, Josh Johnson.
Well, I put some clips out, and I need to do more. But what happens is the algorithm becomes so used to you doing one thing. So, like for instance, if I go talk some shit or do a green screen, I'm typically gonna go viral. That shit is gonna push, push, push on Instagram. Now, when I post this stand up on YouTube, they recommend my stand up. So that's why I'm doing 70,000 and all these views
I'm not
over.
saying don't put it on YouTube. I'm saying put it on everything. You
Now,
talking about you
I'm gonna
getting your ass kicked with the tickets? Put the shit on Instagram.
I'm gonna try. I got some on there, man. They just don't do shit. Them bitches don't move, bro. We are like, see, that's the thing with this shit right now to me. It's like we are literally in this day and time, as comedians, as artists, whatever you do, we are all like victims to the fucking algorithm. So the reason, and I'm gonna tell you something, the reason my stand-up goes so well on YouTube is because of like the Kevin Hart when I won Miller, that went crazy. So YouTube say, oh, yeah, we know where to send his stand-up kind of. Whereas Instagram, the talking heads go crazy. So they know where to send the talking heads. You see what I'm saying? It's weird. We like all fucking slaves to this algorithm and figuring
Mhm.
it out. So each platform is inherently different. It's weird. But I post more shit. I got a lot of shit out there.
No, you got to. You got to post the shit, man.
I
Oh,
mean,
take it.
I think in stand-up comedy right now, and I see you got people winning. I think I play the content game, of course. I feel as if a lot of us are at a casino right now, and each piece of content is a chip that we putting in a slot machine. And some niggas hit the jackpot. You know what I mean? Like, cause it'll just go. You just go. The algorithm has accepted you. Like it is shit piece of content that I put out that was shit to me that did 40 million views with me talking about a fucking wig. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just, it's a different game. It's just a totally different game. But that's what it is, man. You did very well on the George Floyd roast. Y'all shout out to that.
On the George Floyd roast.
I'm sorry. The Kevin Hart roast. I'm sorry. The Kevin Hart roast. You did the thing. I saw you put it down on there, man. Tell us how you feel about that.
Man, I think one of the best feelings about it was the love from the comics, actually. the most love that I got was from like the comics. Like, nah, your shit was the best. You are top three. So to get the respect from your peers was dope because the rest of the world, you know, most people don't know me. I was the wild card, the unfamiliar face on the dais. So it took them a minute to even like who's this dude, you know? And in the moment, I was, you know, all my shit was landing, but it wasn't hitting as hard as I wanted it to. But because of the love I got, I was like, oh, this shit must have translated really well on TV. But there in person, it was just like, yo, you know, solid set. I didn't get to stand in though. I didn't have the moment, the Nikki Glazier moment. Uh Cheryl Underwood did. And you know, I was happy for her as if it was me. So but
I
it
I, I
hasn't
think
translated.
I think he was in like a really sweet spot in regards to,
Order?
well, not only order, but in regards to comedy, because comedy is the element of surprise. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe, like, people didn't really know you per se, low expectation, right? And
Hmm.
you exceeded that. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So, people had no expectation. So
Right.
you exceed that and shit, it was cooking. You know what I mean? So I think it was really, really good. You
But the
kicked ass.
comics
Uh,
had expectations though. That's why I say I appreciate the love from the comics.
True. No, you got down. You got down, man. That shit was good, man. And then, I know people was going in. I've been getting into so many arguments because if we're gonna do a roast is a roast, right? People say all kind of shit in the roast. A lot of people's in their feelings and shit. I can't believe, Kevin. I guess they wanted Kevin to attack Tony Hinchcliffe in the moment. They wanted a Will Smith moment or some shit. But I'm like, bro, it's a roast. It was set up as a roast. It's on the fucking Netflix as roast. They met in a place to roast, to get inside of an oven. You know what I mean? And people felt some kind of way and shit. I even said it on Steven Jackson page. I said you could turn. This nigga hates me. I said he was complaining to some about the roast. So I said, you don't have to watch it. That's all I
But you
said.
know it's personal to him because George Floyd was his man.
I get what you're saying, bro, but all I said is you can turn the channel. That's all I said. You don't have to watch this shit.
Yeah, but it's more than that. It's about what some people complain that didn't watch the shit at all. It's just about, you know, the climate, which is never going to end. It's always going to be the same climate, basically. But people just wanting those type of things not to be said. The backhanded racism shit and shit that, like, you know, I've talked about this shit many times. The George Floyd joke, it shit wasn't fucking funny, and it was just like it was kind of like why? What do we? But then at the same time, shit, I could the least the niggas that caught strays from me are alive.
Yeah, 'cause you hit Dave Chappelle in the back a couple of times. You
Yeah, Lamar Odom caught stray.
Yeah, yeah. And then too, what I mean? Like I say, it was rounded out to me because shit, Charlie Kirk, you know what I mean? It ain't like they didn't shoot at Charlie Kirk. They talked about Peace Davison daddy rolling in the rubble. I
Yeah,
mean,
but they've done that everything he's been a part of. Every roast that he's been a part of, they talk about his dead daddy.
and then Cheryl Underwood getting a husband that committed suicide roasted, and Kevin, his dead mama, having a relationship with the fucking Green Mile. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I
Who
mean?
said that?
Uh, I think it was Regina Hall. She was talking
Okay.
about his mama in heaven fucking the Green
Like,
Mile.
Mike Clark Duncan.
Yeah, nigga, like, and then talk about Kev's daddy on crackhead that's dead. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, just let him say whatever, man. This
Yeah,
shit.
but those people were not killed by the police. That's the difference. You know what
I
I
get it. I mean, but to have somebody commit suicide, they knew like that's kind of come on.
mean? No, the shit about Cheryl's husband was wild, but she was privy to it. She knew that I think she didn't know exactly what they were going to say, but she knew that they were going to talk about that. And they also wrote some jokes about her being raped, which is totally not cool. But she got they didn't they decided to not do those jokes, thankfully. But she got the last laugh. So
Mhm,
if they weren't going in on her like that, the payoff from her at the end wouldn't have landed as hard because she went off script, which wasn't really off script. You know, it's like, all right, if they say this, I know how I'm gonna open this bitch up. So yeah, off script wasn't on the teleprompter, but that shit set her up to blow that bitch out the water.
mhm. No, no, it was. I enjoyed it, man. And they didn't even talk about Cat. Did Cat and Kevin really make up? Or is that just performative?
Hmm. I don't know, bro. I know that Cat wants to work with Cat,
Okay, that's good.
so having him on there made sense. Uh, what they've been talking about since then, I have no idea.
Okay, okay. And I heard you talking about on another podcast the writers in the room. So all the writers were white writers. Is that correct?
Yeah, the whoever produced it, and I guess this is Netflix produces it and it's their project, but then they hire people, right? So whoever this team of writers was all white. Now there were black writers involved, but those were people that were brought in by the talent. But as far as the people that put this shit together, it was a room, and Jeff Ross was part of that writing. He was in there with them. I also heard that. So I had a joke about Cheryl that they made me take out because it was like, "Oh, Jeff is doing something now," and I'm like, "What you mean? Like he, my shit is y'all have had my set, y'all know." Apparently Jeff's been doing this thing all week. Whatever. Jeff did this. No, he did the bullshit with the Eddie Murphy, the fake Eddie Murphy outfit from Delirious, and he comes out and he goes like, "Yeah, Eddie Murphy couldn't make it, but Donkey from Shrek is here talking about Cheryl Underwood." And I had a joke like that, and one of the writers confirmed that he took that from me. But my shit was like, what I say? I said, something like I'm proud of the state of comedy and black folks and all this shit. There was a time only one black person could be in a big movie at a time, and then Eddie Murphy did the voice for Shrek, and Cheryl did the body,
Mm.
and when I was working on it, it was doing great. But then yeah, they snatched that from me. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
You know, when I looked at this roast with Kev and I looked at the roast of Richard Pryor, the difference that I saw is like Richard looked like he really had all his friends there. Like Richard had Witherspoon, he had Paul Mooney, he had
LaWanda.
LaWanda Pay. Like he
Mhm.
really had his friends at that motherfucker. Like, I think I don't know how they got away from that. Just the comic and their real
Mhm. You want the viewership. You want the people that have been proven to be good roasters in the past, and then you have a few of the friends on too, and then you have the random people, the Draymond Greens and Tiana Taylors, like these people. I mean, Tiana's his friend, Regina's his friend, I'm his friend, The Rock is his friend, Chelsea's his friend. So he did have a lot of his friends on there. Big J, and then he had the people that are like known for roasting, the Jeff Ross, who's Kev's friend as well, and Tony Hinchcliffe, and who
Did
else?
you talk? You roasted Big J too, didn't you? Did you
Um,
did you say Big J hates this motherfucker? Like you said
no,
something.
I said that on the podcast. I on the show, no, I didn't really say anything about him. But on this podcast, I said that Big J hates Kev, and I said that I said he's always hated him. But that's how we talk, comedians talk and shit. Like he hates that nigga. But I don't know how Big J feels about Kev. I just know that back in the day, he used to talk massive shit about him.
And
And
yeah, I saw one podcast he was talking about him. He said, I guess this is about the time he blew up. And he was somewhere going to do a show in a car, and he was talking to the cab driver about I guess maybe about knowing Kev or some shit. And he was on his way to a show, and he told the
mhm.
cab, "Yeah, man, I can get you tickets." He was like, "Oh, for real?" It's like, "Yeah, man, me and my wife would love to come." He's like, all right, cool, man. And I'll put him at will call for you." And then he said somehow it was for him, and the cab was like, "Oh, it's for you? Oh no, I'm good." He like, "I thought they was for Kevin." And then he was talking about like he had visited Kevin at the hotel or some shit, and Kevin balled him up. He's like, "Yeah, man, you still keep your PS5 on the road with you?" And then Kevin was like, "Oh no, 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 I buy new ones every city." He was like, he was like, you don't do that? Like he was like, it was just awkward and shit. It was hilarious
Which is not true, by the way, but that's funny as hell. Nigga buy a new PS. He's never done no shit like that.
though.
But
It was funny. The story was funny though, man.
yeah,
I
Big J's fans attacked me. Uh, First of all, that was me. I'd get to talking, and I just be talking, right? But I always tell the truth. But that was whack that they used that as a clip. That's how I felt. Like if you watch the whole interview, you kind of see the context and everything. But to make that a clip, I didn't like that, and I could have told him to take it down. But it's like, fuck it. I'm not lying, but I thought that was kind of whack
yeah.
because they told me like, yo, we are a podcast that we promote positivity. We're not trying to cause any controversy. And then they put up all these controversial clips. They chopped up some shit I said about Kev. Well, not chopped it up, but just didn't give full context. So it looks like I
What
don't like this
podcast
nigga.
was that again? That was the TFU podcast. Which
Yeah,
podcast? TFU.
yeah,
Okay.
feel. Mm.
Wow.
So I always talk about whenever I talk about Kev, it's always like with big respect. I always show love. I always say that I don't have any sense of entitlement, and I'm happy for the things that he has done for me.
Mhm.
But then I'll say, because they say, well, how come he don't put you in any movies or whatever? I'm like, I don't know. I said, you can't win. If he does, then people will say you ain't shit without this nigga. If he don't, then people say, damn, that's fucked up. He don't put you in shit. But I was like, he's done all of these things, but he just, putting you in films is just not what he does. And they'll just show that part, and it's looking like, I'm an ungrateful motherfucker. So
Mhm.
I don't like that. That's why I'm doing my own podcast now, and
Mhm.
it's not going to be any clickbait like that.
And then go and
It's,
tell them the name of the podcast.
it's called DMC, Deep Meaningful Conversations with Naim
Dope, dope, and that's kind of going off of Name's knowledge
from
the
radio.
from the.
Yes, and no, because on Naim's Knowledge, I give advice. So I'm
Okay.
not really giving advice. I'm just trying to like, I'm having entertainers on, and people that are not even entertainers, um, and just like having deep conversation instead of the shallow shit. Because we go on these interviews and they all ask the same fucking questions. What made you want to be a comedian? And how long have you known Kevin? It's always like a whole bunch of questions about Kevin because you can't get this nigga, so you gonna have me on and just and try to find out shit about him. So I'm starting my shit. I got the space. I'm like, yo, everybody's doing them. I got a lot of shit to say. I might as well just start mine.
No, that's real shit. I ain't mad, nigga. Content is king. Let me ask
Yep.
you this. In 2026, I'm a new comedian. I come up to you. What advice would you give me? What advice would you give a new comic that's just starting in 2026?
Someone that's new or someone that's trying to start, like
Some
has aspirations.
someone that's new.
Ask me a question. You be the new comic. You ask me a question.
Yo, man, it's like I've been doing this for 2 years now. What should I do? I'm getting on stage every night. I'm doing videos and stuff. What should I do? What you know what I mean? Should I do a festival? Should I do what should I do in 2026?
So, like you just said, content is king. So any comic, see, we from the old school, so we it's a tug of war with us,
Mhm.
where you're used to just working on being a good comic. You develop a fan base, you go to the show, you perform, and that's it. It's hard for some of us, including me, to adapt to this newer age of what it takes to become popular as a comic. So if somebody's new, I'm going to tell them to fully embrace that shit. This is the way you see it. You got to put out content. You got to do this over and over again. This is what helps you develop a fan base. Now, the important thing is that you also put that same amount of energy and time into your craft so that when these people come to see you, they are satisfied. That's why Mojo is killing right now because he was already a comic. He already was doing well, funny guy. And he developed the fan base with his sketches. And then they go see him and like, oh, this dude is actually funny too. So from a stand-up side of things, I'm always telling people the same shit. Be first of all, use your real name. Motherfuckers come out with these crazy ass names. I met a couple people this weekend had these crazy. I'm like, what is it? Where you get that from?
I'm
Okay.
Dumbledore.
Yeah,
Lunch.
like you're not a rapper. Like, and I know back in the '90s with Def Jam, is people had these funny little names, and it made people want to follow that. But I think I even told Mojo, I said, "Yo, bro, your name." I thought his name was Dion, but it's Dion. It just spelled Dyon. I'm like, bro, use your real name. But he kind of thought about it, but I think he'd already starting to like really bubble. And it just didn't make sense for him at that point. But yeah, I always tell people like, yo, use your real name and be as personal as possible. Anybody can do observational comedy. Current events are great if you're a person that wants to continue, like, you always got some new shit to talk about. But as far as just stand up, you got to talk about what's going on in your life, your family, let people know who you are. So one thing about you, I always like how you talked about your work shit, but you didn't let people into your personal life outside of the job. So are you at
No,
that point yet?
I'm doing. Oh, absolutely, bro. I tell you, my pops just had a mild stroke not too
No, I
long
didn't know that.
ago.
I didn't know that. Yeah, all right.
I mean, oh yeah, yeah, he good, man. My mom rehabbed him, so I kind of let people in on that. And then my family dynamic, my wife, my kid. But then sometimes the wife and kid shit, everybody, the wife and the kid you know what I mean? I try to do a different
But that ain't your wife and kid. You all
right.
heard all the shit I said about my daughter. Ain't nobody saying that shit. I'm talking about shit that happened with my daughter. Real shit.
And you know what? That's good because that I'll be more specific in it because yeah, your life is that's how can't nobody really steal from you because it's a tailor-made suit at that point.
Yeah, you leaving too much material on the table, man. That's what I always tell people. You got all this shit going on. When I was working with Sid for those 6 months, I was like, "Yo, why you don't talk about your family?" He's like, I really ain't trying to do that. I'm
Yeah,
like, all right.
yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit. No, that's good advice, man. You know, I think I think now, everything you said about the new comic and giving them that advice is very, very valid. It's almost to the point your open mic nigga is this phone and putting as much shit out as you possibly can. Not
Hmm.
even going to the bar and grill. Be a bar and grill warrior. Like that shit's so over with and shit. It's just not moving the needle for a lot of people. And like I
Yeah.
said, even me, like my ticket sales has really been in a slump this year. I mean, I over the years I've done cool up and down certain markets, but it has really been tight um this year for me. So I'm trying to figure this shit out, man.
The funny AF did wonders for the people that were on there
Hmm.
because they actually got to see them do some stand up. So, yeah, the roast was 5 minutes of me just talking shit about people. There was no stand up. Now, if I was on Funny AF and made it to the finals,
Would you want to do a competition show at this point in your career? Because we've
I'm
been
not. I'm. It's too late for that for me. I did the stand up for diversity. That was 20 years ago now, actually, and that changed a lot for me. But it wasn't televised.
and you got the holding deal, didn't you?
Yeah,
Them motherfuckers cheated me, bro.
I didn't. You didn't make it to the finals.
You was a goddamn lie. You were there.
Oh, you talking? I'm talking about my year.
Oh, not your year. I'm talking about the year I did it. We was in Hollywood off Melrose. I
Uh,
I smashed that motherfucker. I mean, smash. But they
who
didn't.
who won?
Some Mexican kid, man. I forgot his name. I don't. Let me see. Stand up for diversity. I think that was 2014.
You
Let me
sure
go.
I was there?
Yeah, because you pulled up on me. We was chilling. Yeah, you pulled up on me. Stand up for diversity. I'm gonna tell you the guy's name. Matter of fact, people was congratulating me outside because I had smashed so damn hard. You know what I mean? I think the kid's name was Guerrero. Nick Guerrero. Nick Guerrero wins stand up NBC showcase lands holding deal. Nick Guerrero. Do you know who that is? Oh shit. I guess his Wi-Fi went out. Yo, I think he gone, yo. I don't know if he can come back. Well, I think Brother Na is gone. I'm gonna see if he come back. I don't know. Can you let me see? Can you get back in? You need another link? Let me see if I can send him another link. Mm, Hold on. Let's see if he get back in. Let's see if he can get back in, y'all. Oh, there you go. Okay. No,
Yeah.
the guy that won was Nick Guerrera. Nick Guerrera woman. Spanish kid. But
I was there.
I mean, it was decent, but shit, I got down. You know what I mean? I got down. I mean, I did all that pharmacy shit, and them niggas stole my pharmacy shit. I saw a lot of my jokes on an NBC sitcom. They had a pharmacist in that bitch, and then he was at the counter going, "Yeah, do you believe I got this doctorate degree and they're making me ring up chips?" I'm like, these niggas, when I tell you they stole that shit from me, like 100%. And my cousin is sending it to me. I'm like, damn, nigga, they got me. But I didn't make no fuss over it. It is what it is. But yeah, man, he got down. But I ended up doing like last comic stand, and you know what I mean? I did the semifinals and all that shit. And that was pretty good. Jesse, what's his name? What's that comedian name? Jesse Hasselnick. Nickel.
I don't know.
What's the comedian name? Nickel Hasselnick, Jesse something. He
I
was
don't
the
know.
host. I was on there with Miss Pat when Clayton won. Clayton English won my year.
Mhm.
Anthony Jeselnik. I'm sorry. He was the
He
host.
was. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anthony Jeselnik. Mhm.
Mhm.
And Norm McDonald gave me a lot of love. Norm McDonald fucked with me, bro. That
Mhm.
was dope. Norm McDonald, Roseanne, Keenan kind of hated on me though. He was like, man, you keep talking about being a pharmacist. I said, nigga, because I'm a pharmacist. I'm like, that's like you do a motherfucker talk about being black, nigga. They, you know what I mean? If I'm black, I'm black. Like, what the fuck, you know? But it was love. I was shocked Keenan did that because, you know, they had flew me out to do that New and Living Color in
Mhm.
2012. They flew me out to LA for that shit. I
Mhm.
sat with Keenan and he chopped it up with me. The shit was surreal. That shit was surreal. But that's what it is, man. I'm glad you came on here with me today, bro. You got
Yeah,
anything
man.
coming up? I know you at Stardome.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you in Birmingham, check him out this weekend. He be at Stardome this weekend. So pull up on him.
Yeah. One show Thursday, two Friday, and yeah. Then I'm in Raleigh next weekend at Good Nights.
Does Helium on that too?
I don't know. I don't think so. But Good Nights, they got a new place. They're not the
Oh,
same
yeah.
spot they was at before.
I've never done Good Nights.
Oh, Good Night used to be cracking. I actually like Good Nights better than the Improv in Raleigh. The Improv in Raleigh is huge. That shit got about damn 400 seats. And Good Nights was like a nice, intimate crowd, probably like 200 or something.
Okay.
Dope room. So I don't, this is my first time at the new one. So I don't know what it looks like, but yeah, Good Nights is the shit.
Okay, cool. So you gonna be there, you gonna be out south for about what, 3, 4, about a month, huh?
I'm going to New York on Saturday. I got a show in Jersey on Tuesday. I'm gonna go back home for 2 days and then Raleigh, and then I'll be done until September. I got Houston.
Okay. You wasn't interested in the Jay-Z concert, I guess.
Nah, I'm not a huge Jay Z fan like that.
Yeah. What about Kanye? You fuck with Ye?
Fuck Kanye.
You don't fuck with Kanye?
Not the new Kanye, not who he is now. I used to be a huge Kanye fan, but that nigga done crashed out too many times for me. All the MAGA shit and the stuff he said, like not fuck him, because I understand that he has some mental issues and shit like that. But yeah, you only get a few chances for me. But I mean, I respect him as an artist for sure. His newer stuff, I don't like. I'm a big Ty Dolla Sign fan, right?
Mhm.
And I feel like Kanye messed up Ty Dolla Sign.
Really? Why is that?
There's a point in a musician's career where you could tell they having fun. They being innovative. They a little different, like 50 Cent. When 50 Cent came out, he was laughing on songs and shit. He was killing everybody. And then, I mean, it's probably any industry, even as a comedian. Once you become in demand and you feel like you got to top that last shit you did, then that's when you start to lose your shit. And Kanye started work with Ty Dolla Sign. They even did a album. They did two albums together, and it's not the vibe that Ty Dolla Sign was on already. So it's like, yo, this dude's coming in and kind of changing your sound, and I ain't really fucking with it. Like I still like Ty, but the shit that he had, the best album he had to me is Beach House 3, and that was before he started work with Kanye.
That's so funny you say that as an artist when you try to top like previous success. I think that's what happened with Michael Jackson after Thriller, man. That motherfucker was trying to beat Thriller, bro. He was trying to beat Thriller, nigga. Like he couldn't do it. He was his only competition. That's a wild place to be in, bro. Did you go
Yeah,
see Michael? You saw the movie? I'm sure you did.
yeah, I saw it. That shit was incredible.
That shit was great. Jafar definitely deserves an Oscar.
He gonna get it, no
And,
doubt about it.
and shout out to Jafar's mama who had babies with both Jackson's brothers. If it wasn't for her, we don't have Jafar. Okay, we don't have this movie. So,
Hmm.
she climbed the Jackson family tree and is now a branch on that tree. It's all right. I got a whole bit I do about that shit, nigga. That's some dirty shit. Jermaine ain't shit for that, bro. Jermaine ain't shit, bro.
Didn't even stay with her. You wanted this motherfucker. You want your brother lady so bad.
That's nasty, my nigga.
Hmm.
That's nasty, bro. I got one brother, man. I see my brother and lady, you sell out nigga. Now I'm in married and got a baby with a. What type of shit is that, man?
Yeah, at least just like fuck with her on the side. Like you, you married and had kids with her.
Nigga, you don't even fuck that. Now you dirty for that. You don't even fuck with her on the side. All
Nigga,
that pussy as a
all
Jackson brother,
all that
nigga.
shit is wrong as fuck. I'm just saying it's levels to the disrespect. You know what I mean? He shouldn't do none of that shit. All of it's dirty. But
Like,
for him to be open, like, nah, this is my wife now, and we having kids.
look, how awkward is Thanksgiving?
Randy ain't going. And nigga, this is just like five heartbeats. JT, you got to have all the women, JT. Nigga took duck bitch.
Man, that shit is nasty. But it's like Randy already had the kid with her though, too, bro.
He had multiple kids with her.
Bro, have you heard that story Chris Spencer tell about Randy Jackson?
What you say?
So Randy Jackson was in LA and Keith Washington was in LA too. So they was talking or whatever. And he said, Yo, Keith, you ever met Michael? So Keith was like, Nah, man, I ain't never met him. Really? He's like, You want to meet him? And then Keith was like, Yeah, man, I would love to meet him. So nigga, they get in the car, they drive all the way to fucking, I don't know, where's Neverland? That Encino or somewhere?
Santa Barbara
Yeah.
somewhere. That shit like an hour, 2 hours away.
Out. Nigga, they drove all the way to that motherfucker, right? So they at the gate, they in the car, they at the gate. So Randy ring the bell and Michael answered, Hello? Randy was like, Hey, what's up, Michael? I got Keith Washington with me, man. We wanted to just come see you. And Michael goes, Randy, what day is family day? And Randy was like, Sunday? And Michael goes, What's the day, Randy? Wednesday. See you Sunday, Randy. They had to drive back to LA, bro. They ain't even open the fucking gate. I was like, oh, that shit is hilarious, nigga. Oh, Michael didn't want to be bothered with their ass, nigga. And when Kev say, I saw Kev on some interview, that nigga said Jermaine Jackson just popped up at the house, nigga, in the theater gear. Say the nigga had on some shit from the Victory Tour, nigga. Like he said Cam say he came to the door, Jermaine Jackson was out there. Hey, brother. I was just in town. I just want to tell you I love you.
I think they was living in the same community at that time.
The Victory Tour shit on, nigga. That shit was hilarious. But I love, like, bro, the I've been listening to that old Jacksons, man. Them niggas had hits for days, man. I
Facts.
mean, that motherfucking music was so cold, dog. Uh, what was that song they did on the Carol Burnett show? And they moving side to side like they on ice, man. I think it was Forever Came Today. That shit.
You sure
Them,
it's not shit? It's not share.
they had
Carol.
one. They had one cold when they did on Share, but then they had another one on the Carol Burnett show, and I think it
Mm.
was Forever Came Today or some shit. I mean, they would fuck this. I
I'm
know
gonna look
they
it up.
nigga, I'm about to play that bitch now. I could just cut that out. They'll give me a little, they not gonna strike me, but I mean this shit was insane. I'm gonna show it to you. I mean, they were incredible, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna play this shit. I don't give a fuck. Y'all niggas. Let me see.
How'd you get your podcast sign made? That shit is dope.
I send you the information. This Asian company. I got it out of China. I send you
Mm.
the information on it.